And welcome back to Trojan Sports Now. With me now is my guest, junior pitcher Shane McCain. Shane, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Justin.
Not many people know, going back to last season, an injury-plagued season for you in your sophomore year here as a pitcher at Troy. Can you just talk a little bit about how that happened, what game, the injury itself?
It was the whole deal was pretty interesting. I was having some shoulder pain about halfway through the 2011 season, and I kept complaining about it. We went up to Birmingham. I got an MRI. None of the doctors could really find anything on the MRIs, and so I continued to pitch through it. I made a start against Louisiana Lafayette, and in the first inning, I think I tried to put a little bit of juice on a fastball and separated my shoulder a little bit, and I came out and I felt it. I told the coaches, I feel like something's definitely wrong. And then at the end of going into the 2012 season, I was kind of devastated because I went in to have a scope surgery. They told me I was going to be out a month or so, and then when I woke up, they said I did have a torn labrum, and that I'd be out for the entire season. So that's kind of how it went down, and that's about it.
For the recovery process for an injury like that, what does that entail just for you as a pitcher, like the labrum being torn and all that? Mm-hmm. What does that mean for a pitcher?
Well, it took 4 or 5 months of basic rehab work, bands, smaller weights, and then it was more of a mental grind. We got into some pitching. And when we started throwing, I actually had a lot of trouble in the beginning, even throwing 40 feet. And then I worked a lot with trainers, and Sean kind of pushed me through it. And Coach Phillips, our pitching coach, had to work my mechanics a lot. And it was a mental grind, but I made it.
I know you missed the entire 2012 season. What was that like for you, having to sit out that entire time?
I wouldn't wish it on anyone. In a way, I'm kind of thankful for it. Sitting out a year, I really don't take any more days for granted. I really appreciate the game of baseball now that I had a year away from it. And I think it matured me. It gave me a chance to get my strength back. So that's it.
Going into this season, I know you said you had a long recovery process. What were some of the things you did in the offseason building up to this season to get you prepared?
Me and our outfielder, designated hitter David Hall, did a lot of long toss, and I started crossover symmetry band workout, and really kind of pushing that as much as I can. I was doing it 3 times a day instead of 1 time a day, what normal people do, and I've kind of worked harder than ever to get back to where I am, and I'm thankful the way I recovered.
Now, I know you talked about David Hall throwing the ball out there with you. What were some of the things your teammates were saying to you just to build you up, help you out through this process?
They were definitely supportive. They were always willing to help. And when I went through those hard times, it was actually kind of comical, embarrassing for me. I couldn't throw the ball 40 feet when I came back. And they just and I had trouble sleeping at night. They told me to, keep working hard and getting after it. And just Saturday when I pitched, everyone was really nice about it, shaking my hand and congratulating me.
I know you talked about, you could barely throw it 40 feet when you first came back. What were some of the setbacks that you had that you noticed besides that going into the season?
Well, going into the season now, I actually feel better than I used to. During the throwing process when I came back, I saw a lot of setbacks. Every distance we'd back up weekly, I would have trouble making it that much farther, and it was a lot of arm pain, but they tell you that's normal, so you just kind of got to stick through it and stay positive, and that's what I tried to do.
I know you talked about Sean, your trainer, helping you out along the way. I'm sure Coach Pierce was there to help out as well. What were some of the things he did for you, talked to you about to help you out with your process?
Sean established a routine for me and told me what I could do, what I couldn't do, and kind of kept me on the right path. And then I got to be thankful in the end for Coach Pierce even giving me a chance. I've had 2 surgeries in 2 years, and a lot of coaches at this Division I level will cut players. So I'm very thankful he kept me around, and hopefully I can keep doing work for him now.
All right, and now you're back, 2013 season. You're in your junior year. What are you looking forward to the most about pitching this year for the Trojans?
I'm looking forward to the team we have. A lot of depth, probably the most since I've been here. It reminds me of the championship team in 2011. So it's a good group of guys, great group of coaches, and I can't wait to see what we do.
And you had your first start actually this past Saturday against Florida A&M, going out there on the mound, pitching, I think it was 3 innings.
Mm-hmm.
What was that like for you, just being back out there on the mound? How'd you feel?
It was unbelievable. It was kind of weird at first, stepping back out there and toeing the rubber, but once I got that first out, I kind of took a deep breath and started rolling again, and it was just great to be with all the guys again and competing finally.
Now, I know you had a perfect game actually going up and through the 3rd inning, ninth batter of the game for Florida A&M kind of ended that. What was that like for you, just to have that going in your first start back after shoulder surgery?
I actually didn't know that. I was more focused on not trying to do anything crazy. I was trying to stay calm and throw strikes, and get the job done and get our team a win. Give our hitters a chance to hit, because they sure can.
Now moving forward through this season, you got a lot of games. You're talking about your next start is actually this coming up weekend against UConn. What are you hoping from that start and moving forward throughout the rest of the season?
This tournament's going to be a good chance to see where we stack up against good competition. We're going to face 3 good teams, and we're a good team as well. So we're looking to get 3 wins, obviously, and I'm excited to see how this team plays against some real good competition.
Now, talk to some of the other baseball players about you. They said you're a strong-willed leader on the team. They look up to you. They said you're a veteran. You've been there for a while. What would you have to say to them for saying such pretty much kind words about you?
I've never really considered myself like that. I kind of follow the road of my teammates, and I guess I work hard, and I follow them. They work hard. That's what this program's all about. Our motto is all in all the time, and that's what Coach Pierce and Coach Phillips and Coach Smart, that's what they've taught me throughout my years here. So that's the way I try to act on the field. But that's nice of them that they say things like that.
Now something we do here on Trojan Sports Now is just to get a little background info of our interviewee. We just have 5 basic questions for you. Starting it off, what's your favorite movie?
I'd have to go with A Few Good Men, classic Tom Cruise.
All right. Last book that you have read?
That would be The Secret, the positive thinking book.
Okay. Type of music that you listen to the most?
I'm a hip-hop guy, but I'll listen to some classic 80s and 90s.
I know as an athlete, athletes love to eat. What's your favorite type of food?
Definitely spaghetti. Easy to make, cheap.
All right, and I know you have a lot of time, you spend out there on the field practicing and all that, but with the spare time you have, what is it that you like to do?
Well, I'm from the beach in South Florida, so I try to get out and do some saltwater fishing and golfing every now and then, hit the links. Not too good, but I try.
All right, Shane, well, thank you for joining us here on Trojan Sports Now, and good luck to the Trojans and yourself on the rest of the 2013 season.
Trojan Sports Now.